A morning shattered by courage. Picture this. The sun's just creeping over the horizon in Bobo-Dioulasso, Burkina Faso's vibrant second city. The air's thick with a sweet scent of ripe mangoes and the earthy kick of freshly brewed coffee from roadside stalls. In the Grand Marche, vendors are setting up their stalls, draping colorful fabrics and arranging spices in neat piles. Motorbikes hum through the dusty streets, weaving past pedestrians and the occasional beat-up Peugeot. Kids in bright uniforms dart through alleyways, their laughter bouncing off mud brick walls. It's a perfect slice of life in Burkina Faso's cultural heart, a morning so peaceful it feels like the world's holding its breath. Then, something shifts. It's not a sound at first, just a gut feeling, like the air's gotten heavier. You look up, and there they are, tiny specks in the pale blue sky, growing bigger by the second. Not birds, not planes, but parachutes. Hundreds of them, blooming like dark flowers against the dawn. They are not chaotic, not some Hollywood stunt gone wild. They drift down with eerie precision, silent as ghosts. Down below, the city pauses. A fruit vendor freezes, mango in hand. Kids stop their games, pointing skyward with wide eyes. There's no panic, no screams, just a hushed awe. These aren't invaders. These are Burkina Faso's own, the elite paratroopers of Operation Swift Descent, dropping from the heavens to send a message. Our enemies will know no rest. This isn't just a military drill. It's a bold declaration from a nation forging its own path in a war-torn region. Welcome to the story of Burkina Faso's Sky Warriors, soldiers who don't just fight for their land but embody its spirit, its resilience, and its unbreakable will to protect its people. The heart of Bobo-Dioulasso, a city alive. Bobo-Dioulasso isn't just any city. It's the soul of Burkina Faso, a place where tradition and energy collide. The streets pulse with life, motorbikes zipping through markets, the chatter of vendors haggling over kencloth, and the rhythm of dem drums in the distance. The city's red earth seems to glow under the sun, and the air carries the promise of a hot, vibrant day. But beneath this everyday hustle lies a deeper purpose. Tucked away from the bustling markets is SITAP, the Service de-Instruction Desk Troops Aéroportees, the elite airborne training center where ordinary soldiers are transformed into warriors of the sky. SITAP isn't a shiny, high-tech base funded by foreign dollars. It's a gritty, homegrown furnace where recruits are forged into something extraordinary. Hey, there's no room for hesitation. The training is brutal. Miles of runs under a scorching sun, obstacle courses that break your body, and mental drills that test your sanity. Recruits jump from planes in pitch-black darkness, navigate simulated sandstorms, and survive days in the wild with nothing but their wits. This isn't about looking cool with a parachute. It's about creating soldiers who can land in the heart of chaos and turn the tide before the enemy knows what hit them. Why Bobo-Dioulasso? A strategic masterstroke. You might wonder why Burkina Faso chose Bobo-Dioulasso over the capital, Ouagadougou, for SITAP. The answer lies in strategy and geography. Burkina Faso is a chessboard, with insurgents lurking in the north and east along porous borders with Mali and Niger. Ouagadougou, while the political hub, is too far from these hotspots. Bobo-Dioulasso, though, is a perfect staging ground, far enough south to be safe from direct attacks but central enough to deploy troops in any direction. North to the Sahel, east to Tapoa, west to Mali, or south to protect economic lifelines. Paratroopers don't need roads, which are often mined or ambushed. They just need a patch of sky. And from Bobo-Dioulasso, the entire country is within reach in hours. The city's military history adds another layer. Once a colonial garrison town, Bobo-Dioulasso has long been a proving ground for soldiers. After independence, Burkina Faso didn't erase this past. It built on it, turning a legacy of foreign control into a symbol of self-reliance. SITAP is Burkina Faso's own, built by its people for battles, shedding dependence on foreign trainers or outdated tactics. Operation Swift Descent, the ultimate test. In 2025, Operation Swift Descent wasn't just a drill, it was a statement. Over 500 paratroopers, each a SITAP graduate, took part in a massive, coordinated drop over Bobo-Dioulasso. This was no parade. These soldiers carried live ammo, real weapons, and deadly serious objectives. They trained for this moment through grueling months of SITAP, jumping in darkness, surviving sandstorms, and navigating with no support. The operation tested every skill, securing infrastructure, establishing comms, and rescuing civilians in simulated hostile zones. Every move was timed, every decision scrutinized. It was as close to war as you can get without bloodshed. The drop zone mimicked Burkina Faso's toughest regions. Think the dense forest of Tapoa or the volatile tri-border area with Mali and Niger. These are places where insurgents strike and vanish, where roads are death traps, and where conventional forces are too slow. Operation Swift Ascent proved Burkina Faso's paratroopers could bypass these obstacles, landing in minutes to stabilize chaos and strike before the enemy could react. It was a resounding success, a middle finger to the insurgents and a promise to the world. Burkina Faso is ready. The enemy, a shadow that haunts. To understand why Burkina Faso is betting on paratroopers, you need to know the enemy. This isn't a war of tanks or jets. It's a fight against ghosts, militant groups like JNIM and ISIS in the Greater Sahara. These insurgents don't hold territory or fly flags. They thrive on chaos, hitting soft targets like villages, schools, and clinics, then melting into the Sahel's vast deserts. They burn homes, kill teachers, and steal livestock, leaving fear in their wake. By the time conventional forces arrive, they are gone, leaving only ashes and a narrative of government failure. Traditional tactics don't work here. Armored convoys are slow, easy target for ambushes or IEDs. The insurgents exploit this, striking and vanishing before help arrives. It's a war of speed and surprise, and for years, Burkina Faso's military was always one step behind. Enter the paratroopers, soldiers who can match the enemy's speed and outdo their surprise. They don't need roads. They drop from the sky, landing right on top of the chaos, turning the hunters into the hunted. The paratroopers' edge: speed, surprise, adaptability. Paratroopers are built on 3 pillars: speed, surprise, and adaptability. Speed is their superpower. While insurgents rely on the hours it takes for ground forces to respond, paratroopers can hit the ground in minutes, closing the golden hour of counterinsurgency. Surprise is their second weapon. Militants plan attacks expecting delayed responses. They don't expect soldiers raining from the sky. This shock factor flips the script, sowing fear among the fearless. Adaptability is a clincher. SITAP doesn't just train fighters, it creates survivalists. Paratroopers are medics, techs, navigators, and diplomats rolled into one. They can treat wounds, fix radios, find water, and win over locals, all while cut off from support. This isn't just about winning battles. It's about winning hearts. Insurgents thrive on fear and abandonment, convincing villagers the government can't help. When paratroopers drop in, they bring more than guns. They bring hope. A villager seeing soldiers land in their burning village knows the state hasn't forgotten them. That moment, a soldier bandaging a child's wound or standing guard through the night, rebuilds trust, starving insurgents of their psychological edge. A new era of sovereignty. Operation Swift Ascent and SITAP are more than military milestones. They are a middle finger to decades of foreign dependence. 4 years, Burkina Faso security was shaped by France, the US, and the UN, with strategies cooked up in distant capitals. These often failed, leaving Burkina Faso to clean up the mess. Now, under a new military-led government, the country is done with foreign playbooks. SITAP and its paratroopers are homegrown, built for Burkina Faso's terrain, culture, and enemy. Operation Swift Ascent screamed to the world, "We don't need your help. We've got this." This shift ties into a bigger story. In 2023, Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger formed the Alliance of Sahel States, AES, a mutual defense pact to fight terrorism without Western strings. SITAP's paratroopers are the blueprint for this vision, a rapid reaction force that could one day include Malian and Nigerian soldiers, trained together, dropping as one unit. Imagine a future where an attack in Mali triggers a joint AES response, with paratroopers from all 3 nations landing in hours, no foreign approval needed. That's the dream, and it's already taking shape behind closed doors. The human face of the Sky Warriors. These paratroopers aren't faceless drones. They are Burkina Faso sons and daughters, often from the very villages they protect. They know the land, not from maps, but from childhood memories of dusty trails and riverbeds. They speak the local dialects, understand the customs, and feel the pain of their people. When they land in a village, they are not outsiders, they are neighbors. This connection makes them unstoppable. They fight not for a paycheck, but for their families, their homes, their way of life. Every jump is personal, every mission a vow to keep their people safe. Training at SITAP is no joke. It's a gauntlet designed to break you and build you back stronger. Recruits run miles with heavy packs, crawl through barbed wire, and jump in storms and darkness. They face sleep deprivation, simulated ambushes, and survival drills with no support. It's not just about parachuting. It's about becoming a one-person army. They learn to treat gunshot wounds, fix radios, navigate by stars, and talk to village elders with respect. By graduation, they're not just soldiers. They're lifelines, ready to fight, heal, and rebuild. Challenges ahead. This strategy isn't perfect. Paratroopers are light infantry, landing with just what they carry. No tanks, no armor, no immediate resupply. They are vulnerable until ground forces arrive, if they arrive at all. Insurgents are smart. They'll adapt, targeting drop zones or laying traps. To make this work long-term, Burkina Faso needs better intelligence, unjammable comms, and a logistical backbone, like helicopters for extraction. All this costs money, a tough ask for a resource-strapped nation. But the progress so far, SITAP, Operation Swift Ascent, shows they're not backing down. A symbol of hope. Burkina Faso's paratroopers are more than soldiers, they are symbols. Picture one last time. A soldier lands in a village under attack, his parachute tangled in a baobab tree. He's got a rifle, but also medical supplies, a radio, and a map drawn from memory. He speaks the local tongue, knows the people's fears, and carries their hope. He's not just fighting a war, he's rebuilding a nation's soul, one village at a time. Operation Swift Ascent was just a start. If Burkina Faso and the AES keep pushing, they could redefine the Sahel. A region long scarred by conflict could become a beacon of African strength, unity, and ingenuity. The world's watching, even if it doesn't yet grasp the stakes. The sky over Bobo-Dioulasso isn't just blue anymore. It's alive with possibility, carrying the future of a nation on the shoulders of its sky warriors.